If you are ready to create your expression of interest profile for Saskatchewan Immigrant Nominee Program, I will walk you through the whole process step by step. If you need more information about this program and want to check your eligibility for SINP, click on the I button on your screen or on the link in the description below, which will lead you to this video, Am I eligible for SINP, and you can check your eligibility there. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you all doing great. If you are new here, I provide information about immigrate to Canada and help people to apply for Canada immigration by themselves without any agent, which can save them a lots of money. Without a further delay, let's start today's video. So I am on the Saskatchewan immigration website. I will leave the link in the description. You can click on that link and you can open this website here. So let's see what is EOI. An international skilled worker EOI submission is not an application to the SINP. It is a pre-application which allows you to fill out an application form to indicate your interest in applying to SINP and show your qualification. So what EOI does, when you submit your EOI profile, you will be in the pool and then your profile will be valid there for 1 year. You will be ranked based on the information you provide. They check, they determine if you are eligible or not, and if you are eligible, they will rank you according to the information you provided in EOI profile. The highest ranked candidate will be invited to apply to the SINP by the email you provided in the EOI profile. After you are invited to apply, you need to submit your application for SINP certificate with all the documents. So let's see how to create EOI profile. If you click on this link here, you will be able to download a PDF file with step-by-step guide that how to create your profile. So to create your profile, you need to click on this link here, create an expression of interest profile. Click on this link. You will see here your user ID and password, but we are new here, so we need to click on create an account. Then you need to select a registration type. So who can submit expression of interest? The people who are eligible for express entry can also need to show their expression of interest, and the people occupation in demand also need to show their expression of interest. They both can submit their profile here. So here it is, SNIP applicant or expression of interest candidate. We need to choose this here, choose this and click on continue. So here you can see it is asking you to create an profile, and you can see online application. If you already got an invitation to apply and you are submitting your application using same username and password, then you need to be very careful. You cannot change anything after submitting your application. But if you are creating expression of interest, you are allowed to change and update it anytime, because you will be in the pool for 1 year and your criteria can change in 1 year many times. Maybe you got more IELTS score, maybe you got married, maybe you got another job, so you need to change it time to time. So that's why you're allowed to change, update your expression of interest. But once you submit your application, you cannot change anything in your application. So right now here we are for expression of interest, so we're gonna go through this. So right now I am in the PDF file and I will show you how to create this expression of interest. So first of all, you need to create your username. You can write anything in your username, whatever you want, but it should be like, you need to remember this username. Then your first name, middle name is not necessary, your last name, your date of birth. The format for date of birth is date, month and year. And then you need to give them a email address, a valid email address. So this email address will be used for all future correspondence for your OSIS application, including password recoveries, because sometimes if you forget your password or something, so every communication you will do with the Saskatchewan after that, you will be going through this email. So please, this should be a valid email and you should remember this email for sure. So give your email address here and click on register. Then you will get email like this. your username, your password, and this password is case sensitive. So remember, your password will be case sensitive. Then you go ahead and now you can change your password. So you need to log in here first time. At the very first screen I show you, you can log in and create your screen. So sorry, create your account. So there you need to go again and you need to log in with the password they provided you. So that's how you're gonna write your username and password and click on login, and then this screen will be pop up with you need to change your password now. So you can change your password. Here the criteria for the password, like how many characters, uppercase, lowercase, numeric value, you need to read this. And here you need to write the current password which already provided to you, and here you can create your new password. Create your new password, click on change password, and you are good to go. Next is authority to disclose personal information. So that's what you need to be agree. Click on I agree here, and then you go next. So this portion is for you. If you forgot your password somehow in future, you can use this portion here, but right now we're gonna just skip it and go next. So here you're gonna start your application. So sorry, not application, your profile. Interpersonal detail. So here you can click on interpersonal detail and then fill in the application information and passport detail required. So here it is asking you to fill all the information. Your given name, prefix is Mr., Mrs. If you want to put that on, it's up to you. And after that, your given name, your middle name, your surname means your last name, gender, marital status, date of birth, passport number, and passport expiry date. So that's what you need to fill out here. Later on, you need to fill out your residential or home address, where you live right now. You need to give that whole address there. And down below, if your home address is outside Canada, under the province state, choose international outside Canada and type in the province. So here you can, if it's outside Canada, here you need to choose international outside Canada option and type your state or province name here. Next, if your home address is the same as your mailing address, you need to choose yes, otherwise say no. So if you are living on the same address and your mailing address is same, you can say yes, otherwise no. And if you are saying no, then you need to fill in the information for your mailing address. So you can see here, like fill in the mailing address and telephone number if different from your home address. So this portion is only if your mailing and residential address is different. Otherwise you need to leave this blank, but you need to give your telephone number and email address here. So here is the note: the applicant's email address is a required field and must include the applicant's email address for the application to be considered complete. If you don't fill your email address here, they will consider your application incomplete. It will be not complete. So make sure you fill in your email address here. The application may be subjected to an integrity review for misrepresenting if the email address entered in the applicant email address is not the applicant's email address. So if you are giving someone else's email address and they figure out it like, oh, it's not the same person, then they said it could be review for misrepresentation. So make sure it should be your email, or if someone else is helping you, so make sure you should using only one email address all the time. Select one that apply to you. So you need to select one option in that one. I am a skilled worker who want to work and live in Saskatchewan. I am a foreign national currently working and living in Saskatchewan. I want to establish and actively operate a business. So if you are a business person, you need to choose third option. If you are on work permit in Saskatchewan, you need to choose second option. And for occupation in demand, you need to choose first option. So choose first option and then go next. Choose yes if you are appointing a representative, otherwise no. So if you are hiring someone like any agent for yourself, then you need to click yes here, otherwise click no. So I am not agree with that. So I will click no, but it's totally up to you, whatever you want to do. Fill in the email address for the consultant. If you appointing an agent or consultant, then you need to go yes here, and you need to give all the information for your consultant. Click on the link below for more information. So you click on this link and you need to give all other information about your consultant or agent here. So I will say continue to next to proceed. Section 3, determine your eligibility and subcategory. So in this section you need to select the under which stream you are applying, in which category you are applying, like it's occupation in demand or express entry, and then you need to select your NOC code there. So you should have your NOC code ready according to your job responsibilities and duties. So first question is, there's two portion they are showing here, like this one is for people occupation in demand and this one is for people who have express entry already. So you need to go with your category. So first category, do you have a job offer? No. Do you have express entry number? No. Then you need to tell here, I have at least 1 year of work experience in this particular NOC. So you need to choose your NOC code here, and you know that minimum eligibility for this program is 1 year work experience. If you have your profile in express entry and you have express entry profile number, then you need to choose, do you have current job offer? No. Do you have express entry number? Yes. And you need to write your express entry number here, and again you need to select your NOC code for your work experience. So please note that the occupation in the list may change based on Saskatchewan employment demand forecast. Suppose it can change tomorrow, maybe they don't have that occupation in demand anymore, or they can add another occupations in demand according to the labor market in Saskatchewan. So here it is, if your occupation is regulated and it needs license, so then you need to check these regulated occupations and licenses requirements here. SINP requirements related to professional status and license here. So you can go click on that link and go through it if your occupation is regulated. So next question is about your education. Do you have your degree, diploma or certificate? So if you have, say yes. Is your degree, diploma or certificate related to the occupation you have chosen above? If it is yes, say yes, and then click on save button to save your response. When you click on save button, the pop-up screen will show like this. So you can see here it is showing that under which category you are applying for, and if you think this information something you need to change in this one, you can click on change responses and you can make your changes. If it's totally irrelevant, you can click on no and start it over. And if you think this is okay, then you can click on yes button to proceed. And next one is here, you need to review your application. So it starts with your personal information. You can review your information here. If you think you need to change something, you can click on edit birth date or address and make the changes. Then click on confirm name, birth date and address and click on next. The next is the second step, eligibility for application. So here is the information about your application. You can check this information here. If you think you need to change something, you can change it after you submit your expression of interest. To change that time, you need to click on make change on EOI and you can change this information here. So right now just go through this and note down if you need to change something. The next section is declaration of consultant, if it's applicable. So I'm gonna just leave this, skip this, because this is only for if you are hiring a consultant here. Click on save button and then click on next to continue. The next section is complete EOI point grid. If you are not aware how to check your points and everything, please go on my previous video and check the points there. Here you need to answer the same questions again. So let's start here. Question number 1 about your education. Select your education here. Here it is asking about your profession, if it comes under the regulated profession or not. So you need to answer accordingly, yes, no or not applicable. Next is here, it is a screenshot that how it will look like when you answer your questions. So in this section it is asking again your profession. So we said not regulated. And do you have any diploma or certificate from Canadian Institute? No. Do you have any trade, apprenticeship, anything? You said, or license from any SATCC program? So said no. And next one, do you have a ECA report for your foreign education, we need to say yes, because you cannot get any points if you don't have any ECA report. So you need to get a ECA done before submitting your expression of interest to get your education points. Next question about your settlements fund, that do you have your settlement funds? Click yes here. Your work experience, so as I told you before, there is a different points for last 5-year work experience, and before that 6 to 10-year work experience. So if you have 5-year work experience, you need to select under this category here. And if you have more than 5-year work experience, more than 5, you have, suppose you have 7 years, so next 2 years you need to select under this category. So that's how you select your work experience there. And then language ability, you need to tell that are you bilingual in French and English? No. If you have, say yes. Do you have a valid language test for second official language? So you can say no. And first official language, you're going to choose here English, and second official language, if you have, you're going to choose here French. It will ask you the next question, that what is your score. And next one is age. You need to choose your appropriate age here, and this is the factor 2 now. So you need to choose one of them or two of them, whatever apply to you. Previous work experience in Saskatchewan, student experience in class 1, Saskatchewan, close relative in Saskatchewan, and you can click this one for not applicable to you. So then you need to declare that the information you provided is correct and you are responsible for that. So you need to say yes or no. So obviously we need to say yes here, and then at the end of that you can review your a whole profile, and then you can click on submit expression of interest. A notification will be displayed like this, and you are done with your expression of interest here. After submitting your EOI, if you want to make any change, you can click on make change to EOI, and you can make a change and submit it again. Your profile will be there for 365 days and you will be in the pool. And once the Saskatchewan immigration holds draw time to time to invite the candidates for SINP certificate. So if you want to have a look on previous draws, just click on this link here and download the another PDF file, and you will see here the previous draws. Like you can see here on April 8, 2021, express entry category, the lowest score was 70 and 146 candidate got invited, and these were the NOC code for that particular draw. The same day another draw was occupation in demand, and then again the lowest score was 70, 133 candidate got invited, and their NOC code was this. So that's how you can go down and check these all draws information here. And if you got a ITA, you got selected in draw and you got invitation to apply for SINP, then you need to submit an application for SINP certificate. Go on this website. There is a link in the description below. Just click on that link and you will be here. Click on apply online to SINP. You can log in into the account using the same ID and password which you used for EOI profile. Log in that and complete the application there. You need to scan and upload your completed forms and supporting documents in PDF format here. If your documents are not in English, then you need to get translated them from notary or any other authorized person. Which documents do you need for that? Just go here and click on required documents here, and you will get all the information about required documents. You can see here all the information, journal guidelines about translator, how you can get translate, required forms and required documents. Go through them all and you can submit your SINP application. Once you submit your SINP application, then they will process your application and you will get SINP certificate. And once you get your SINP certificate, if you are in express entry already, you can update your express entry profile with your SINP PNP certificate, which will give you 600 CRS scores. And if you are not in express entry profile, you are occupation in demand in category, then you need to file a paper application for IRCC for Canada PR. Best of luck to those who are looking forward to it. If you have any other question about Canada immigration, please feel free to leave me a comment below or DM me on my Instagram. You can find the link in the description below. I will be back with more PNP series videos. Till then, stay positive, stay happy. Give me a thumbs up if you like my video. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe it and press the bell icon for more informative videos. Thanks for watching this video.